Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today it's going to be Bisu, it's going to be Soulkey on Neo Sylphid. An incredible PvZ waiting for us today. Top side is going to be Soulkey, our blue Zerg player, and in the bottom left side it's going to be Bisu, the red Zerg player. Terror the Overlord's got in the right direction today. Yes, people should check out falconpaladin.store for Terror the Overlord merch, as well as Steve the SCV merch. Thank you very much for reminding me today, Terry. I do appreciate it. All right, man. So, Bisu versus Soulkey here today. What strategy is Bisu going to go for? Is going to send Zealots across the map? Not a Nexus first play here today against Soulkey. Too much respect for the Zerg player to do that. So I feel like this is gonna be a hatch first here from Soulkey. Another RJB selected replay. Look for the RJB TV hashtag underneath this video and other videos like it to know that RJB selected this himself and sent it to me personally over Discord. Check him out at youtube.com/@RJB_TV. Gateway opening here. Overpulling it. Okay, so overpulling it is safer against a gateway opening than hatch firsting it. But kind of feel like Soulkey could survive doing hatch first against a gateway opening from Bisu, but I've never seen that before. So, maybe one day we will. Woof. Bit of a long day today, but a good one, but a satisfying day, I would say. Got up early, 6:15 or so to take my kids to school. It's how it is, man. The kids, they got the early school days. As the probe tries to block here. Came back home, did some work for a few hours, went to the gym during my lunch break. Ran a little bit extra. Got up to about, 3.75, about 4 miles today, including some kind of walking, just cooling down at the end. Then picked up a vaccination record for my kid at his doctor's office because he's going to a new school next year. Then came home, made some poached eggs on toast, which is one of my favorite meals. Really delicious stuff. Not that hard to make either. And did some more work. Picked up the kids from school. Went to my mom and dad's house for dinner. They did a little impromptu Easter egg hunt because they weren't able to do it on actual Easter because my kids were with their mom. Then got home, helped the kids with their homework, got them to bed, and now we're casting. So, yeah, it's been a long day. But like I said, a lot of good stuff happened. Spent time with the kids, with my family. My brother's home from college, so spent some time with him too, my youngest brother. Anyway, enough about me. Let's talk about StarCraft. So, yeah, good number of Lings out here, but 2 Zealots are enough to shove them away, as we're seeing here. Yeah, so no Zealot pressure. Not when there are this many Lings produced out of those initial, out of that initial group here. 2 more. Oh, this Zealot actually got himself trapped out here. Oh, no. And it's not a wall either. Oh, no. All right, man. I feel like we've seen a lot of Lings free inside bases over the last week of casts. Don't you feel like that's the case, both in ZVTs and ZVPs? We get a lot of Lings inside the house. Dude, more Lings showing up. I mean, that's not wall. This is like a 2-gap wall here, man. Probes trying to fight, but look at them joining their buddies. Now more probes. Okay, nope, these probes are dead. Yeah, man, 2 probes went down there. It's 17-9 workers, though, in favor of Bisu, despite losing those probes, because as we always say, to make this many Lings early, it takes a lot of sacrifice of your drones to make this happen. So every Protoss player who's like, this is unfair for Bisu, what's he supposed to do? Well, he's got double the economy of the Zerg player right now. So, I mean, look, it's annoying, but I don't know. Unless you lose, like, all your workers, you're going to have a pretty good time. Dude, more Lings showing up is insane. Soulkey is looking like Soma here today. He's got a 3rd base coming up behind it over there on the right side. Speed also just finished up for these Lings, so another, 10 times harder to kill if you're a Zealot, which doesn't have any speed upgrades. Lings picking off probes, trying to just mine at the natural base, minding their own business here. Yeah, it's a dead Zealot. More Zealots dying. Holy crap. This is chaos. Okay, the cannon finally coming up the front is going to help a lot. Immensely. So these Lings inside the main are incredibly annoying still, but reinforcements shouldn't be able to get in here anymore. And besides, it's just drones in production right now from Soulkey, so that's going to be okay. Man, Bisu's, he's just microing as hard as he can. Once you have the Ling count down to 3, one Zealot can kill them if the Lings decide to stand and fight, which they shouldn't do because they have speed. There's no reason to engage with this Zealot, right? Oh my gosh, more legs! Remember when I was like, Lings can't get in here? Soulkey's like, yes I can. Holy smokes, this is an incredibly committal, and incredibly committed attack. Here for our guy, Soulkey. This is the most aggressive Zerg play with early Lings I've seen in some time. Although I feel like I just recently cast a ZVT that was kind of like this. I don't know. I mean, that's... a lot of these times, these games, old players just kind of macroing up. Maybe there's a little Zealot pressure. Maybe a couple Lings show up. But this is Soulkey trying to make Bisu's life as hard as possible in the first 5 minutes here. This is insane. Yeah, these Lings hiding over here. These two Lings, they're getting perfect scouting off. If nothing else, they see the Cyber Core timing. Right, looking for a Stargate. Probably going to find one. This Ling gets trapped in the mineral line. Dies. These Lings, oh my gosh. There's no workers on gas in the main base either for Bisu. He has to replace those dudes. Second assimilator comes in. He can harvest gas from there too if he needs to. But crikey, it is 30 to 21 workers, so it's not twice as many workers in favor of the Protoss right now. So Soulkey's done a good job with that. But man, he's still sending Lings across the map right now. Two Zealots are like, all right, enough defense. Just kidding. We need to play defense. But no, the Lings are just kind of out here to see if any Zealots are moved across the map for aggression purposes. They see the perfect timing on the Stargate here. They perfectly see it. So Hydralisk Den's got to come up here eventually because there is no... There it is. Hydralisk Den is coming in at the front of the natural base. Woo! Man, I feel like I just cast an entire game in the first 5 minutes there. That was so intense, and it's pretty much over now. Right, we got a couple Lings out front. We got Lings running around, and this is incredibly annoying. Seize the Citadel. Right? I mean, I don't know what else you're going to expect here in a PvZ these days other than a Stargate opening and then a Citadel of a Dune. Like, that just gives you all the tools you need to defeat a Zerg. That starts you down the path. You can get High Templar there, Dark Templar there. You can get Zealot Speed there. I mean, High Templar with Storm. Like, all sorts. Nice. Okay, both Zealots do take down two Lings there. Yeah, I mean, you can do whatever you want with that opening. It's an incredibly versatile opening. And you're just going to want all of those pieces. And now this Zealot shows up, and now there's no Lings back home to defend against the big boy. These four Lings are like, how did you slip past us, Slippery Pete? Slippery Pete the Zealots. All right, so a couple drones go down, including ones on gas. Zealot pressure says, well, the Zerg player just really wants to drone right here, but let's not let him do that. Let's make enough Zealots that he needs way more than 4 Lings to handle it. And yeah, I mean, look at this. Bisu's got 6 Zealots. He's not even waiting for speed. Speed's not anywhere near done. I mean, it'll finish relatively soon, but crikey. This is such a good timing. Third base has got to get some Sunkens up now. Natural base too, honestly. But that is what I'd like to say not happening at all, actually. So, yeah, this third base might just straight up die. There are, what, a couple Hydras in production. It's just... Fighting against these Zealots with Hydra Ling is pretty good, but not when it's 1 Ling for every Zealot and only a single Hydra in the battle here. Soulkey is on a budget defending right now, and it's kind of working out for him, actually. These Lings don't have any attack or armor upgrades. Doesn't really matter, does it? The Zealots don't have any attack or armor upgrades either. Finally, Zealot Legs is going to finish, and, like, the 3 Zealots out on the map are like, ooh, well... Do we want to keep going? Dark Templar on the way. High Templar Storm getting researched. We know how this works. We know how this works. Faster Overlord movement getting researched just because there's a Corsair flying around that already has 1 kill. Not liable to get a ton more than that. And it's not really a committal into Corsairs here either. More of a committal into Zealots and Storm, which is a great mid-game combination for anybody who's a Protoss player against any Zerg player ever, right? Just because the Zealots can handle the Lings, they can trade really well, they can handle the Hydras. Anything the Zealots can't handle with the Hydras, the Storm can take care of. So I thought I saw an evolution. There was an evolution chamber. Oh, good Hydra micro there. Beautiful stutter step from Soulkey. Well executed. So High Templar are sticking around at home for now, just in case, oh, I don't know. A bunch of Hydras show up. You can storm them out here. That's always something that the Protoss likes to see. Zealots continue to move out on the map. I'm not really able to get any kind of pressure on the Zerg player. I mean, sure, they get halfway across the map, and they kind of threaten this third base a little bit, but I mean, not enough to be, I don't know, not enough to make Soulkey really afraid, right? Lurker aspect is coming in. That's always really useful against these zealots for sure, but the Storm handles that. Look, the Storm handles everything the Zerg player has. Storm is just an answer to every single unit, every single strategy possible. I mean, maybe, I don't know, is it a great answer to a bunch of mutas coming in to snipe your High Templar? Maybe not. Is it a good answer for Queens coming in to spawn Broodling on your High Templar? Maybe not. But everything else, the Storm is really good against. Fourth base coming in from Soulkey. Still no third base here from Bisu. Not looking particularly fantastic here for our best Protoss player of all time. Hero of every Protoss on Earth, Bisu, man. I mean, some people prefer Stork, right? Some people prefer, I don't know, who else? I mean, honestly, Snow is playing exceptionally well right now. Just absolutely on fire in the last couple of months. There's our Storm. Inaugural Storm. Tossed out by High Templar number 47. Lurkers burrowing in. Again, the Lurkers in the middle of the map, not as threatening just because you can run away from them and it's fine. Ooh, oh, very nice. High Templar died to Lurker Spines there. Good blocks there. Sick micro on display from Soulkey, using the Lings to kind of keep the High Templar from running too far away. Then the Lurkers burrow it in, and bam. See, this is where Lurkers totally suck for Protoss. Attacking a base, right? You can't just run away from this because your buildings can't run. Can you imagine if your buildings could run? Terran fans laughing heartily at the rest of us. Observatory coming in. A little bit late on the observatory. Bisu is, sends a Dragoon out to see what's going on. 4 Lurkers are at the front, with a 5th one joining the party. These Zealots are getting chased down to the south. They can't engage with this many Hydras. With the +1 attack, the Zealots have +1 attack themselves, but they're outnumbered horribly. Dude, this gateway is gonna die. This upgrade dying would be big, but this Lurker's not in range to hit it. I think the cannons are protecting it quite nicely. Yeah. So that's it. These Zealots have kind of got to stand and fight at this stage, and they are. They're going to try to kill what they can, and the answer is nothing. They can't kill anything at all. So Observer comes out, Zealots come out. Lurkers say, all right, fine, we'll back out for now. We don't like dealing with Zealots, not in the open like this. Maybe if we've got some SimCity protecting us at a 3rd base or a 4th base or something, yes, we can deal with Zealots that way. But if it's a straight-up battle and they're on top of us, we will die. And they do quite often, don't they? It looks like finally Bisu's considering a 3rd base. Maybe up to the north there. Maybe this little southern section. It's got a pylon down here too. But obviously the Overlord scouted that because we saw that a long time ago. Probe down. It is a supply block here on Soulkey, but whatevs. 2nd evolution chamber coming in. Any sign of a Queen's Nest? Is this one of those games with the Zerg players like, who needs Defilers? It kind of feels like that's what Soulkey's trying to do here today. Who needs Defilers? Well, honestly, Dark Swarm really increases the capabilities of your Lurkers, and Plague's really great against this Gateway Dragoon Zealot heavy comp. But nah, he's just going for more macro hatches, more Lings, right? And Adrenal's such a good upgrade. Soulkey. Why are there so many just stubborn, absolutely stubborn Zerg players these days? That are just like, we can deal with PvZ. We can win PvZ without getting a hive. I don't like it. I really don't like it as a Zerg fan. Queen's Nest. Wait, I saw something coming up here. Queen's Nest. Yes. All right. So he's not infinitely forgetting about the hive. He's just a little bit later coming into it than I feel like he should be. Lings jumping in, trying to find some High Templar to snipe. They are back towards the rear of the army. Smart stuff. Got some Lings looking for, again, until you guys have Adrenal, these Zealots will win battles against you for cost right now. That is the story of ZVP and Zealots, and Zerglings in particular. Is 2-1 Zealots here are going to absolutely handle 0-0 Lings with no Adrenal upgrade, especially. They're working on +1 armor, but missile attacks are on the way. We are not giving Lings any kind of good upgrades at all. Spire coming in late. Hive on the way late. Again, we're at 15 minutes here. I don't know. It just takes a while. Good snipe on 1 High Templar. Sacrificing, I don't know, like 15 Lings to do that. Is that a good trade? Probably. That Lurker died too. And that one, based on the blood splatter analysis. Yeah, third base is up from Bisu. Fourth base coming up. North side for him. Expanding down here. Yeah, I was scouted anyway. Yeah, these lings, they feel like they're pretending they're adrenalings. They're like, well, you only need a few of us to be awesome. No, you are 0-0 Zerglings with no adrenal. And the speed upgrade, yes, but you are just, okay, you're going to trade horribly against this army. You're not even going to do that well against the Dragoons. And Dragoons are terrible against Lings, but you are 0-0 Lings with no adrenal. You are posturing like you're awesome, but you are not. All right, Bisu says, I'm up 187 to 158 supply. Yeah. I'm not even sure if the storm is necessary against this few number of Lings. Trying to, yeah, Soulkey set up. Got a nice little line of lurkers north to south here. Anywhere that Bisu goes, he's going to have to bust through this. And so, yes, we're just going to do it. We're going to give you storms night and day here on these lurkers. Did he lose his obs? He must have just lost his obs because all of a sudden he's in a... No, his obs are here. I don't know what this pullback is. Maybe he's like, that's just too much? I mean, look at this lurker. I've never seen this before. This is lurkers from the natural base all the way down to this fourth base along the right side. Insane. It's kind of... Can I zoom out more? Yes, I can. Dude, I don't know if I've seen this strategy before. Soulkey, I kind of love it. It's too wide just to storm in one place and get the win. Absolutely crazy stuff, man. All right, so Zealot's going to get up here and maybe try to shut down this fifth base. They should be able to do it. There are not actually any lurkers down here, although some are joining the party. Are there enough of them? I don't know. Adrenal's going to finish up here soon, I suppose, but these Zealots have 3 attack and 2 armor, and they're working on shield upgrades right now. That's how you know a Protoss is comfortable. Yeah, I don't know if there's any defending this base at all. The lurkers are doing their best. There's two observers right here. All right, well, at least the Lings have themselves adrenal and +1 armor now. They're working on +1 attack too, but again, the Protoss is at 3-2 with 3 armor and 3 shields getting researched at the same time. The Zerg player's working on +2 melee and +2 carapace, but he's just so behind in the upgrades right now. This is just Bisu, man. This is Bisu in a nutshell. Yeah, the early pressure from the Lings set him back a bit, but he recognized that Soulkey's economy was garbage because of it. Kind of waited a while to expand to his 3rd and his 4th base, but when he did, he's been able to protect them extremely well. Just made a ton of Zealots, Dragoons, and High Templar, and said, until you have Dark Swarm, this is the composition that will defeat you, sir. Once Dark Swarm is up, yeah, I'll add some Archons into the mix here, maybe some Reavers too, but for now I don't need that. I really don't. Adrenal Lings just trying to keep the Zealots off of the lurkers as Zergly as they can here, but man, a lurker down. Sunken getting some decent hits off here too, and this is just, it's a nice little narrow choke to hold here, right? Soulkey doing pretty well on this hold. I cannot believe Soulkey is handling this as well as he is. It's just, this is a sucky base to attack because you got to go through this narrow choke or this area, which kind of can be, Zerg player is going to defend 2 bases at once by putting an army here, so of course they're going to do it. Consume's coming in. Soulkey, the ticking clock. The countdown to when Dark Swarm is available is very soon. And he survived the last 3 or 4 minutes way better than I thought he was going to. I thought Bisu was going to start taking out bases and just go on a rampage, which is what he does, what Protoss players could do sometimes. You just kind of get on a roll. You wipe out a base, bam, Zerg loses production capabilities. So their ability to save the next base you're going to attack is less. It's a snowball-y thing. I think Artosis and Tasteless talk about that quite a bit. It's just an initial engagement, an initial win can just result in an absolute win when all is said and done not too long later if the effects of the first battle won snowball into the next battle, and then bam, the war is yours. So, all right, Dark Swarm here. Sniping the obs would be good. So he's got, no, nice, man, beautiful pullback there. Storms inside the Dark Swarms. You've heard me say that 1,000 times, but that's how it needs to be, and Bisu knows that. He does. Nice little Zealot run by into the natural base too, though. Oh, man. No Sunkens here, no nothing. Yeah, a couple drones are going to die for sure. It's 46 to 57 workers. Protoss player is up. No real surprise there. That's usually how it is at this stage of the game. Man. 44 drones to 57 probes right now. Nidus Canals, Lurkers, Scourge. Oh, he hatched up here, Nidus up here, so we can actually defend expanding down here. I love that play from Soulkey. Sure, this base gets canceled, but I don't know. Man, the whole army from Bisu is here, though. I mean, you need to send everything through this Nidus if you're going to hold this, man. Lurkers are good, but no Dark Swarm here. I guess the Zealot count and the Archon count. Is it heavy enough to handle these Archons? DT's in the mix as well. Storm, 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 storm. I was going to say somehow holds it, but no, doesn't really. Nidus Canal getting sniped by this DT. Yeah, it does go down, and I think this base is denied entirely here. Although, Ling's Lurkers flooding in. A surround is a nightmare situation for our Protoss player Bisu right now. He doesn't want this to happen at all. Storms prevent the nightmare from completing there. Yo. That was really good. 173 to 133 supply. Bisu is looking strong right now. Replacing that Nidus would be cool, but it takes a minute. Plague's getting researched. Lings with Adrenal. Always scary, even if their upgrades aren't super hot. 1-2 upgrades on those guys is something. And Storm, as always, is a great answer to them. How much more Storm do you have? Well, the answer is always more than you think, Zerg player. Yeah, still got another Storm up there. Didn't even use all of them during that situation. Lurkers kind of covering the front door. Zealots with 3-1-3 upgrades, working on the 2 armor upgrades. Bisu's upgrades are sick right now. Trying to get up this ramp, but Soulkey's been really stout defending this base, sending just what he needs. Extra Lurkers, a Defiler for a Dark Swarm, maybe, but Bisu pulls back. This attempt to expand down here still getting shut down. So Soulkey was planning on being able to have this thing. Might expand here instead. I don't know. This army's kind of stuck. We have no Arbiter tech whatsoever. We have no Reaver tech either. He's there now. As soon as I am saying that, he is working on a robotic support bay for that Reaver tech. 174 to 122 supply, though. Yeah, this base not coming up is a big deal for Soulkey. He's on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bases versus a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 basing Protoss. Even base count, you do the math. You know how this works in a PvZ. Yeah, Defiler, sure, gets a Plague off, dies. Plagues some of his own Zerglings in the meantime, but whatever. Any Zealot that gets plagued is a win in this game for Soulkey. Yeah, man, that Plasma Shield upgrade is not cheap. It's like 300, 300 for level 2, and then 400, 400 for level 3. Crazy, crazy, crazy expensive stuff. Not cheap whatsoever. Yeah, so finally taking the natural base of this bottom right spawn locale. But man, Bisu's taken this one down here to the south that he kind of flirted with taking earlier. Got shut down. 200, 145 supply. Play catches a couple Zealots and an Archon. Again, late game Archons in a PvZ. You know how this works. This is fantastic stuff out of Bisu. But what do we expect from Bisu? Huh? What do we expect from this man other than excellence every time? Not that he wins every game ever on the channel, but man, he's good. Yeah, this is just looking like kind of a forcing himself upon the hapless Zerg player. Lurkers are trying to get in here, but they're clumped up. They're taking Storms. The Zealots have such good upgrades. The Lurkers aren't killing them as fast as they need to. Getting into the natural base. Man, the Hydralisk Den is going to die. The Archons are Archoning as hard as they can here. 182 to 115 supply. Soulkey is on the ropes. Yep, just enough Storm, just enough Archon, just enough Zealots with all of the upgrades you could ever want from them. That's a GG Soulkey. Taps out, and Bisu is your winner in 24 minutes. Fantastic display of Protoss from Bisu. But again, you clicked on this game hoping for and expecting excellent Protoss play from Bisu. Right? Oh, man. What an absolutely just dead impressive PvZ there from our guy, Bisu. What else do you want, Protoss fans? That was so good. And to put it simply, it came down to this base dying. Soulkey can't hang on to a 5th base and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 base. Yeah, this one counts as the 5th base, kind of, for the purposes of the experiment. And the 6th base gets up here, too. And then, yeah, even base count in a PvZ against Bisu. I don't care who you are. Jaedong's not getting out of that easily, if at all. Right? Soma, maybe not either. Like, it is so difficult to handle this much Protoss. And yeah, he'd been so cautious, right? He'd been so cautious this whole game. Never really super committing to an attack. Never really killing a base other than denying that bottom right one. But man, when the moment was right, he was feeling all right, man. Look at this. Like in previous attacks like this, he pulls back. Nope. Keep going. Keep going. Head up to the natural base. These lurkers have to reposition to deal with us. We're going to storm them. We're going to use zealots to wipe them out. And if any of these lings and lurkers try to get next to us, we have like 7 High Templar up here. Yeah, man. I mean, Zealot Archon here inside your natural base. Trying to come up, but no, like I said, the storms are coming in extremely fast and heavy. It's 102 supply here for Soulkey. He's got nothing left. And he GG's. Let's see what he has. He's got a couple lurkers. Well, 1 there anyway. 1 lurker, maybe 6 of them defending this space, but, I mean, losing your main and your natural. A lot of your tech is up here. Yeah, he just saw the writing on the wall. His worker count was decimated down to 42 to 56. Bisu is healthy and happy on the other side of the map. The really only pressure he had today or experienced today were those lings, which were strong and annoying and very hard to deal with. Bisu, you know, kept his cool, handled it, took care of it, took a minute getting his 3rd, but then expanded 3rd, 4th, 5th, and then a 6th. And just none of these buildings are on fire. No attack. Soulkey was not able to mount any kind of an attack here against Bisu today. Bisu controlled the middle of the map. He pressured when he wanted to, and Soulkey never felt comfortable moving out. And that's a good way to win. So 164,000 points there from Soulkey, 189,000 from Bisu, outproducing the Protoss player by 8-to-3 ratio, getting out killed by about a 3-to-1 ratio there. So there is your maths. Buildings raised 4-to-1, no real huge thing there. And 54,000 resources spent by both players is bad for the Zerg and really almost impossible to win from that position. It is. Just almost impossible. So, yo. Well done. Like, truly fantastic display from Bisu. What else do we expect from this guy? How long is he going to keep being a monster like this? I mean, he's not winning ASLs right now, but by golly, he's terrifying. And if he won another ASL sometime in the future, would you be shocked? No, you wouldn't. That's how you know he's still good. All right, good. GG from both players, especially Bisu, and that's going to be it from me today. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.